everybody, what's up? Happy Sunday. It is a cold one tonight here where I'm at. Cold last night and tonight. And got my robe on. Just, the heat is on super low, so you'll burn power, but I still like my robe. I'm wearing it. It is the 21st, and time is flying of January 2024. And I hope everybody's doing good tonight. I am. I'm loving it. Loving the exciting times that we're in, folks. Before I start, everybody, please, it only takes 2 seconds of your time. Smash the like button. Everybody that's watching this broadcast right now, take 2 seconds of your time, hit the smash the like button, and subscribe. It's free, folks. Doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Okay? And if you want to share this broadcast out while you're listening, thank you for doing that. Let me see who's all in here. Wow, we got a nice crowd already coming on in. And folks, if you do not get a notification sent to you when I'm going to be going live, click the notification bell if it doesn't allow you to do it. You're supposed to be doing it automatically. Okay? I've seen it when I click and subscribe to a channel. There's no option to click the bell. It's like all once. You'll see a bell go like that. So maybe they fixed it where it's fully automatic. Okay? Let me do a quick check and see if everything's coming through my cam. Yeah. Okay, good. Alright. Alright, guys. I just had to check that. Sorry about that. Let me see who's all in the chat room here. We got Truth of Sorrow. Michael. Hello, everybody. Mr. Music. Uncle Lolly Millwright by Alan. That's a long username. James Story. Welcome, everybody, for coming to the chat and coming to my live broadcast tonight. I said I might be going live Sunday, but I feel the urge tonight to get the news out. That time is short, very short. And I truly feel, folks, about this year. I have a good feeling about this year. I really feel like this is our last year here, folks. I feel like the finish line is right there. And we're about to make that last leap into the finish line. Because the way everything looks, folks, with the wars going on, and then the new war front we just had between Pakistan and Iran. Now Iran is starting to really get brave and it's starting to lash out at other countries. This is it, folks. Okay? I truly believe this is it. I think that this year could be the very year that we go home. And everybody calm down if you're all like saying, oh my God, Rick, it's time to set dates. No, I'm not, folks. I'm just basing it on what I am seeing, folks. Okay? You can't make it up. It's happening. It's really happening. This stuff is happening for real. The wars are going on as we speak. There is no end to the Ukraine war. I've heard 3 to 5 years. That's going to keep going. Folks, the way this is moving, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing went nuclear before the end of the year. And the thumbnail I chose for this broadcast, what I chose for this broadcast is this thumbnail right here. Let me just pull it up for you, folks. If I could do it. Yeah, I should be able to do it. I'm still getting the hang of this software. I'm using studio mode where one screen lets me do what I want to do. Instead of putting the screen on black the whole time, I can now do this while I still on webcam. Okay. And I have to drag that down like that. This image right here, folks. Well, that's not the one that's the one I chose. Okay. And it's this one here. Okay, I am messed that up. Let me do that. Let me fix that. I feel stupid now. I gotta drag it to fit the screen. Give me 1 second, folks. This is the one I chose for this broadcast. I don't know if everybody's seen the thumbnail. A thumbnail, every YouTube video has a picture thumbnail over it to entice viewers to click on their video. This is the one I chose for this show. I went into this image you're looking at right here is a AI generated image. Okay? This is an AI generated, artificial intelligence. You type it into an image generator, an AI will figure out what you're saying or what you're typing, and it'll draw up its own version of it. Okay? I took that image right there. It looks like Jesus, of course, in the middle there. He's on some kind of mountain. He came down from the clouds halfway, and all the people on the ground there are people that have been waiting so eagerly for the rapture, folks. That's us. We don't have our white robes on. As you can see, we still look like we're clothed in normal clothes. And, we're on the ground coming out of a darkened world full of wars and sin and everything. Jesus finally comes down. He puts his hands up, tells us all, I'm here and I'm calm down, folks. Nothing to fear. I will pull you out of this world of wars and mess and sin. And you can see the mushroom clouds of World War III going on in the background. I don't believe we'll be taken that far. I think he'll pull his church from that before that even begins. And most of all, folks, you can see the clouds and the angels there waiting for us to come up with Jesus. And you can see 2024 right there in the middle, folks. The very, very year that we could go home, folks. Yeah, can we get an amen for that, folks? Okay? Very, very good times coming, folks. Coming our way. Okay? And let's get excited, folks. Let's get excited about this. Okay? Let me see what everybody's saying here. Time is, yes, Maranatha, the Lord Jesus, come quickly. I agree with you, Mike. Okay, I want to see if everybody, what they're saying here. I gotta really look down at the screen here. Urgency is the essence that people realize. Jackie, yes, I agree. Don't use AI. You're literally interfacing with eternity. Well, seems like it's hard to find good images out there. I get it. There is some good image, but for some reason AI does a unique job. Now I'm gonna tell you something right now. Music. When you said don't use AI, I get it. There is a very disturbing video out there of someone that typed in hell, what it would look like in video format, in pictures and video combined, and what I was nothing short of terrifying to look at. Now, what I'm going to tell you is I'm actually going to make a whole video about that. And those images were generated by AI, but do you truly know what is really moving and pushing AI right now, folks? Do you know what's really behind AI? Do you believe in the supernatural? Of course we do. Do you believe in evil forces, interdimensional forces, beings that are from, basically that move in and out of our realm of existence? Interdimensional beings, okay? Okay, yes, we know that they're coming from the only two places. There's hell, heaven, and hell, okay? And then of course others say there's other mediums, which I personally don't believe. I believe it's just heaven and hell. But like I said, they can influence, shall I say, AI and put their influence over AI and cause the AI to interpret more, not on its just on its own, but from an influence of demonic forces. Good forces maybe too. I don't know about good forces, maybe. This is just my opinion, folks. I'm not stating it as a fact, okay? I believe personally that maybe AI has demonic influences at points at time where they say when AI can take over the world and try to destroy humanity, which I don't know if that can happen. It could, but I'm not saying it will. You would think a demonic force would take it over it. Well, these images that were generated of hell, if indeed demons are the ones that help that those images be generated, then those images, my friends, are probably some really close enough to accurate images of what people will see if they end up in hell and what they see. And it was terrifying. These things looked like they were looking directly at you, like they were really, it was creepy. And I know that sounded weird the way I said that, but just they're compelling their eyes, man. It looked like they really were looking dead at your soul, like it was creepy to look at. And I will make a video on it. I'm going to dig it up and put it up on my channel. You don't want to end up in hell, folks. You do not want to be there, folks. It is scary, scary place to be. It's beyond our wildest imagination, folks, of what is going on down there to people down there right now. I just lost a friend when was it? October 15th. Yeah, he was killed on the job. He was working and he got killed. And he swore like a sailor. He said every word, and he always cussed all the time. He was always talking about sexual stuff. And I asked him about, religious things. And he said it was a bunch of baloney. Baloney, folks. Jesus is baloney. That's basically what he was saying to me. And he's now, I don't think he made it to heaven, folks. And I don't mean to be mean and say he went to hell. He's my friend. But let's be honest, folks. You're not going to heaven if you do not believe in Jesus Christ. Doesn't matter how good you are. You can't earn your way to heaven, folks. Okay? You can be a saint, be perfect, try to be perfect, and you're not going to go to heaven. That's why God, I don't think God put his son through literal hell on that cross for 3 hours. He took the whole brunt of the weight of the whole world's sins on that cross for 3 hours. So you, and me, and everybody that believes will not have to go to hell. I mean, just 3 hours of his judgment to take an eternity of hell off of us. That's a pretty good trade-off, I think. God made it simple, folks. He said, just believe in my son, and you will have eternal life, folks. Okay? And don't be self-deceived either. If you say the prayer and don't mean it, you're not going to go to heaven. You got to truly want Jesus into your life. You truly want to serve him. Okay? It's not sign on the dotted line, hang your cross around your neck, and go out that night, go drinking. No, it doesn't work that way, folks. It's a change of heart, folks. I'm sorry if I'm giving some of you all a little sermon at the beginning. You want to get into the prophecy stuff? I'm about to in about a minute. But I had to start off this way because some people will come on here and they'll listen to this show. They're still undecided what they want to do, okay, with their lives, if they really want to believe or not. Because it comes with all these changes. If they start believing in Christ, I'm going to have to give this up. I'm going to have to give that up. I'm sorry, folks, because you may walk out the door that day and get killed in a car accident. And you're going to be down in hell saying, I shouldn't have waited. I should have done it when Rick said so. That's it, folks. There is no get out of hell card, folks. It's done. Done and over. Stick a fork in it. It's done, folks. You're there for eternity. Let me see what everybody else is saying here. Oh, let's see. Hey there, Austin. How you doing? Yep, that's what I'm saying. Yep. Everybody, yes. I'm glad everybody's... You know what, folks? This chat room is filled up with people chatting. And I've noticed on videos, when they're done with their broadcast, is you can see a replay of the chat. When the broadcast ends, it records on YouTube on DVR. And we all know that. We go back and watch the live broadcast. Let's say tomorrow you watch my broadcast. Okay, you have to go to bed early or something. And you want to see what everybody's saying about this. Well, if I can't seem to get my replays on my chats, I click the little box, check mark, replay, chat, record. And it doesn't do it still. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe I don't see it. Maybe only my subscribers see it. Maybe if I sign out and I go in and find my video, maybe I'll see it. I don't know. And somebody can let me know that. If somebody wants to go click on one of my previous live broadcasts and go there right now and tell me if my chat replays are showing. If not, let me know. Thank you. Folks, I forgot to share this with somebody real quick. But, yeah, I forgot to share this out with somebody real quick. I am bad for doing that. Let me see. Here we go. I'm just going to quickly type this into my person here. I am live. Alright. Alright. Let me just type one more person here and I'll be done with that. Okay, that's done. Okay, folks, let's get into the news. Michael, hey, there you are. Making all the donuts around in heaven. Yeah. Okay, let's go, folks. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and go right to tonight's articles. I just learned of this. And, okay, I'm going to go to studio mode so I don't have to blank out my screen. And, yeah, let me see how to do this real quick, folks. I'm learning this software. And I like it. I kind of like the studio mode. It comes in handy. Okay, get out of studio mode. And then just go right to web. Here it is, folks. Check this out. Biden's two-state solution would be a disaster for Israel. Okay? I don't know why that happens. And I don't know if I could do a video here. It's from New York Post. And let me just read this to you, folks. I actually need to blow this up a little bit. I can't even read it. This is small. Okay. says this for Biden, and they shouldn't have said it like that. Says this for the Biden administration. It never runs out of bad ideas or energy to pursue them. And then take the tone deal bargaining of Israel and accept the creation of a Palestinian state. Okay, you could read all this here. I should put these in the description box below. Let me see if there's any video. Palestinian statecraft, all that is there. But we know that we do not want to divide Israel, folks, okay? We don't want to do that. Anybody that divides the nation of Israel is doing something against God, folks. Okay, you're doing it against God. Okay, you're messing with the state of Israel, folks. Okay, you don't want to do that. Anybody that divides my land, I shall divide their land. Okay, it's written in the Bible. Look it up. I don't need to show it to you. It's there. Okay, but he said that this would divide the land of Israel. That this, if anybody makes an attempt, they will divide their land. Now, this still so happens to be, while I find this, I'll let you read this article while I do this. I'm going to show you this real quick. Well, actually, the solar eclipse. I actually saw something about that today at the coffee place. Solar electric, really? That's not what I put in there. Okay, here we go. Alright, I want to show this to you guys, okay? If I could just pull this up. This is going to send chills down your spine when you see this, folks, okay? I want you to see this. Alright? Alright, let me just take out this whole URL and put this new one in. You ready for this, folks? 1 year. Okay, I don't know why that's doing that. Sorry about that, folks. 1 year to April. Okay, this article here was written April 8th, 2023. Okay, so now we're obviously in 2024. Coming up April 8th, the solar eclipse. Everybody knows about that. Just about everybody knows it's coming. Path in the driving distance, okay? Lehigh Valley. Now is the time to plan. You ready to see this, folks? Right now, we're trying to divide Israel. Okay, we're trying to divide Israel. Totalitarian, or whatever they call it. The path of totality. That's what they call it. August 21st, 2017, and then April 8th, 2024. You see the one that happened back in 2017. Now, you see the other one that's going to be happening in April 8th. And you can't make this up, folks. Do you see what I'm seeing? It looks like a giant crisscross over the entire USA. That is the path of this solar eclipse. There's one going this way, and there's one going that way. There's two. Okay? There's two of them. The future path is yet to be done until April 8th. Okay? And then this one here has already been done back in 2017. And here we are. We're trying to divide Israel. Okay? We're trying to divide Israel in half. So I'll let you all look at that. Let that sink in. Okay? Do you see what's happening here, folks? We're trying to divide the nation of Israel. And God said, if you divide my nation, which is Israel, I shall divide your nation. Do you see what is about to happen here, folks? There is a giant X over the United States. And you got Biden's picture written all over this. He's pushing for that two-state solution. Okay? There's another huge sign that the rapture is getting ready to happen. And this is all happening this year. Personally, why I believe this might be the last year we're going to be here. Because of things like this. Do you understand me, folks? I'm not making this up, okay? There it is. You can see it with your own eyes. There's a cross, X, over the United States. Or you can call it a sort of a cross, because the United States does need Jesus right now. But if he goes forward and pushes this on Israel, this is going to anger God, and it's going to put an X over every country that does this, like a bullseye target for judgment. Well, literally, we have one right now being painted over the U.S. Okay, this is, I'm not really scared, but we're gonna be here for this. Oops, we're gonna be here for this. Let me look up this verse. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, here we go. There's a lot of verses on this. I only thought there was one, but there's a lot here, folks. Okay, I'm going to put this up right now for you guys to see. Just so you know that, I am telling the truth here about this part here. Okay? What God says about dividing God's land. Look at this, folks. If everybody's watching the screen, I hope everybody saw the previous website about the X over the United States. Joel 3, 1 and 2. For behold, those days, at that time, I will restore the fortunes of Judah and Jerusalem. I will gather all the nations to bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay. Hold on, folks. Dividing about, I will plant them in my land. Where is the one where he says that I shall divide their land? It's not a direct verse on here, isn't it? If anybody can find the verse where God says, I shall divide their land if they try to divide my land. If you can find that verse before me, please post it up on the chat. I'll post it on here. I don't know why it's not on here. Folks, I'm doing this on the fly as I go. I don't fully always prepare like 100% for my shows. I just kind of do it on the fly as I go. Okay. Okay, hold on. I think I see it right here. If anybody comes, no. For behold, I create new heavens. Alright, guys. I am sorry that I not had this more ready before. Okay, I'm not seeing it. Okay, well, okay. Let me see if this here says it. Okay, there's 100 Bible verses here. Well, anyways, folks, it's there. You just got to find it. Let me see if somebody put it up. Zechariah. Okay. Let me see if I can put that in there. Hold on, folks. Give me 1 second. 12:3. Okay, here we go. All right, let me put this on the screen for y'all to see. Thank you for doing that. Music, Mr. Music, thank you for doing that. Leave it up for him or he or she. I don't know if you're he or she. Sorry, I apologize. Okay, hold on a second here. All right. Right here, folks. This is 3, Zechariah 12:3. Okay. And that day I will basically in that day will I make Jerusalem a burden stone for all the people, all the burden of themselves, and shall cut in pieces. Shall be cut to pieces for all the people that earth gathered together against it. Okay. Well, you get it, folks. The verses are in the Bible. If anybody tries to divide the land of Israel, he shall divide their land. And you don't want to mess with God's land, folks. You do not want to do that. But, folks, you just look up these verses that are in the chat while you're listening to the show, and you'll see it for yourself, okay? I mean, I can't tell you strongly enough that the God doesn't lie in his book. He doesn't lie. He's the author of the book. He will not lie. And so let's go to the next article here, folks. All right, I'm going to put this up on the screen so everybody can see this. Okay. This one here is 7 Israel National News. Netanyahu rejects Hamas conditions. Only absolute victory will ensure hostages return. So Prime Minister Netanyahu rejects the outright Hamas monsters. Okay? And what is that word? Capitolian terms. Where we to agree to this. And our soldiers would have fallen in vain. That was posted today. Look how serious he looks in that picture, folks. All right. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday rejected Hamas demands for prisoner swap, which include a concession of the fighting. And this is in quotes. We are continuing the war on all fronts. I believe this is Netanyahu speaking, I think. Let me make sure I'm right. I think this is all from him. So, we are continuing the war on all fronts, in all sectors. Let me stop right there, folks. Okay? He's saying this is all fronts. He's going to continue the war. That means there's a thing around Israel. They're all surrounding Israel right now. Well, they're not hitting Israel at once, but they're getting ready to, I believe, in the near future. There's a thing called this Ring of Fire where there's 150,000 missiles, maybe more by now, pointed right at Israel. Folks, even just a tenth of that came out and an Iron Dome wasn't able to stop all those. They would literally destroy all of Israel. Okay? Right now, Hamas and all of them are making demands for them, to stop, of course. And, you saw it in the article, folks, okay? Right here, that they're going to continue fighting on all fronts. I mean, right there, folks, those fronts entail the Northern Front War, which is coming. You got the fighting from the below in the south. You got Gaza. Those are all just about all the way around Israel, folks. And Netanyahu's not going to stop. He's going to keep going, folks. It says right here, we are not giving in or giving immunity to any terrorist. Not in Gaza, not in Lebanon. There's Gaza's to the left, Lebanon's to the south, not in Syria, not anywhere. Whoever tries to harm us, we will harm them back. I'll just put the word back in there. Netanyahu promised. And he will follow in with his promises, folks. I don't care what anybody says, okay? The man is awesome. He's doing a good job so far. They have a right to defend themselves, folks. Let them protest in the streets, downtown and all that, saying that that Netanyahu is this and that. These people, let them do what they want. I believe everybody has a right to free speech. I get it. But just like we do, we have a right to our free speech. That I am telling you right now, folks, that Israel has a right to defend itself. Okay? And the UN, of course, is telling them that they shall lay down their arms, stop fighting, because they're making it all escalating worse, yada, yada. Yeah, I hear you guys. But you know what? All that gives is give Palestine and everybody else and all of its enemies of Israel, they'll give their time to reload their weapons, to regroup, and to replan their strategy and attack to attack Israel on greater depths and greater front that's coming. You don't think God's sitting back and seeing this stuff? Of course he is. Regarding our hostages, we will okay, let me continue, folks. Okay, regarding our hostages, we have returned home. Regarding our hostages, those hostages that Hamas has, folks, they are kept. They're still there. Okay? And we have returned home. In other words, he's not going to, the president, prime minister, Netanyahu is not going to stop until every hostage is brought home. Okay? Something tells me they're going to have a long time getting these guys out. And those tunnels are deep, folks. I heard how deep those tunnels are. Okay? I've heard just a mile across. It's long miles across. How deep? Pretty deep. Okay? As of today, 110 of our hostages, and we are obligated to return all of them. Okay? This is one of the goals of the war, and the military pressure is necessary condition to achieve it. I am working on this around the clock, but let it be clear, I utterly reject Hamas's monster capitalism terms. He explained, Hamas is demanding, in exchange for release of our hostages, the end the war and the withdrawal of our force from Gaza to release murderers and rapists and blah, blah, blah. But there it is, folks. That is what we have going on with that. It's a mess. It's a hot mess over there, folks. Okay? Netanyahu's not going to stop, folks. He's going to keep on going until this war is over, until he gets all his hostages back. Okay? So, who knows what they're doing with them down there? There's women and men and children down there right now, probably being tortured for all we know. Okay? So, let me see what's going on in the chat here. We got a big audience. My audience size nearly doubled on my last show. My last show, we have got a double audience. And for all the new listeners, I appreciate you coming to my live broadcast tonight, taking the time out of your night or day, whatever time it is, to come listen to my broadcast. That makes me feel really good inside about this. This is awesome. And guys, if you're just joining us, it only takes a couple of seconds of your time to smash the like button and to hit subscribe to this channel. It does not take more than a second to click the button on there. It's free to subscribe. You do not have to pay anything. YouTube is free to subscribe. You don't have to pay nothing, folks. So do that right now. For the people that are all watching this broadcast right now, every person that's viewing, just take a second and hit the like button. Right now I got 22 likes. Okay? It says 46 current viewers. So let's see the likes go up to 46 likes. Just do that real quick, folks. What that does is it causes this video to go, it climbs. YouTube is divided in search algorithms. The more likes the video has or the more views, the more the video becomes searchable through the search results. The more it comes up in recommended videos. Therefore, you're helping me getting the truth out to more people that are unsaved, that may not know what's going on. You're doing your part by saving somebody's soul from eternity of hell by just doing that. Okay? So smash the like button, hit subscribe, folks, share the video. Okay? Do that. You're doing this not just for me, you're doing this for yourself. Because the Lord is seeing what you're doing too. You'll be rewarded in heaven dearly, because for everything our actions are recorded every second and minute of the day, whether you know it or not. God doesn't miss anything. He sees everything that we're doing. So, how about that, folks? And you know, He understands everything that we go through in life. He understands every thought in our head. It says He knows the number of the hairs on our head. Can you imagine trying to count the numbers of the hairs on your head? I mean, it's amazing that He understands. I'm so glad we got a God that understands what I'm going through, what everybody goes through, because He knows how anxious you are wanting to get out of here. He knows how anxious everybody is for the rapture of the church. He knows how bad that everybody wants to go home. You don't think He doesn't know that, folks? Come on, man. He knows that every year that goes by and the rapture doesn't happen, oh, we're going to have to go through another year of this. He gets it, folks. He knows it. But remember this, God keeps His promises, folks. Okay? He's not going to let us down. He's coming. Just be patient. Okay? And no matter how much you try to figure out the day of the rapture, no matter how many things you try to do to figure it out, you're going to never, ever guess the day and hour of the rapture. Now, you can completely maybe say, oh, I have a good feeling about the year. God has given us all the things He's wanted to give us. The signs, everything. All the signs are there to work with. Okay? Especially now with Israel in the picture now. Now that Israel's involved in major wars. Israel is like another major war front that opened up on October 7th, folks. Israel is now at war with its surrounding neighbors. I'm talking about its enemies. They started it first. Okay? Israel was just doing its thing, living life. Everybody was living their lives. And all of a sudden this attack came out of nowhere on October 7th, 2023. Okay? This video right here, I'm going to play this video. I was just talking about the terrorists or the tunnels and all the hostages they got to remove. I want you to see this. I just came across this video. Okay? But I told you that it's like miles long. And you got to see what they're dealing with right now, folks. Okay? We go back to studio mode. I'm trying to learn this software. Let's see here. Okay, one screen lets me do that on one side. The other screen is keeping my video on the side. And I like that. That's a really nifty feature they put on here. Before I had to black out the whole screen. You just say, oh, I'm sorry, folks, I'm doing something. I could do that now on one side of the screen while the other screen remains. Okay, now.
Imagine you.
Okay, here we go. Let's look at this, folks, okay? All right, I want you to see this. Listen to this guy. This is from TBN Israel. Subscribe to their channel. Very good channel. This is an IDF soldier from the Israeli Defense Force from Israel. This is what they're going. The harsh reality from inside Hamas's terror tunnels network in Gaza. Here we go.
As a 6-year-old girl, imagine you as a 6-year-old girl 20 meters underground, sitting for days in a dark, airless tunnel, scared, sleeping on a mattress, and not knowing what's going on. All this after you were kidnapped from your home on a Saturday morning by a bunch of heartless, fanatic terrorists who shot and murdered your dad in front of your eyes. Can you even imagine such horror? This is what the girl Emilia Aloni went through. She was kidnapped and released. This is the 107th day in the Hamas-Israel war, and I'm Yair Pinto reporting to you from Israel. I want to take you to the captivity tunnel of Emilia and dozens of other Israelis that were taken hostages from Israel into the Gaza Strip. The IDF forces of Division 98 raided an underground tunnel in Khan Yunis, where Hamas held hostages at the beginning of this war. The length of the tunnel is about 830 meters, and its depth is about 20 meters underground. 20 meters is an 8-story building. The entrance to the tunnel was rigged with explosives, and inside it were many obstacles, explosive devices, sliding doors, and blast doors. All of these are meant to prevent our soldiers from entering the tunnels. During the forces' advance in the tunnel, the fighters encountered a number of Hamas terrorists. The warriors fought against them and eliminated them. Unfortunately, when the forces arrived at the tunnel, there were no hostages inside. Hamas has moved them to another location shortly before. After scanning the tunnel, a central space was discovered in which Israeli hostages were...
Folks, can you imagine being ripped away from your home to suddenly be underground in those tunnels and not being able to leave?
Were kept inside 5 small prison cells, and in addition, the forces located findings indicating that the hostages were indeed kept in the tunnels, including intelligence materials and Hamas weapons. According to testimonies, there were about 20 abductees in the tunnel at different times. Some were released and some are still being held somewhere inside the Gaza Strip. The tunnel is located in the heart of a civilian area in Khan Yunis, and the entrance to it is from the house of a Hamas terrorist. According to intelligence information, millions of shekels, which is the equivalent of hundreds of thousands of dollars, were invested in the construction of this tunnel. This tunnel is part of a branching underground network dug by the terrorist organization Hamas underneath Khan Yunis in the southern part of Gaza. At the end of the investigation, the tunnel was destroyed by the IDF. In the past 24 hours, Val Abu Panona, the deputy head of the information system of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad organization, he was eliminated by an Air Force attack directed by the Israeli intelligence branch and the Shin Bet security service. As part of his job, Abu Panuna was responsible for releasing terrorist videos that show missiles being fired toward Israeli communities and for the creation and distribution of hostage documentaries as part of the psychological warfare of the Palestinian terrorist organization in Gaza against the residents of Israel. As part of the IDF's operation in Gaza, after eliminating the terrorists and the tunnel, the forces were attacked by RPG missiles. The fighters searched the area and the building where the terrorist squad was operating and found RPGs, AK-47s, and military equipment. In the northern area in the Gaza Strip, the fighters of the 5th Brigade Combat Team eliminated a number of armed terrorists in encounters in the past 24 hours. The fighters attacked and eliminated the terrorists with the help of tanks as well as Air Force aircrafts. The combat team of the 55th Brigade, called the Cutting Edge, is the force that is breaking into new territories inside the Gaza Strip, territories that the IDF did not step in until now. In the past few days, the brigade launched an attack on the Eastern Battalion of the Khan Yunis Hamas Brigade. As part of the attack, the forces encountered terrorist squads engaged in a battle with them and eliminated the threat. The fighters conducted searches in a central fighting area of...
So folks, I'm not going to play that whole video because I got, limited amount of time on my show here. It's 11:24 already. We're almost 1 hour into the show. Another 5 minutes will be 1 hour of this show is already done. I'm going to keep it up till like 12:30 or so, but look at this, folks. This is the harsh reality of these tunnels. I was talking about them just a little bit ago. This video here was uploaded 2 hours ago, okay? This is information they got from the Hamas, or I'm sorry, not Hamas, but from the IDF soldiers, Israeli Defense Force, okay? Now, why I was letting you guys watch that video, I came across this, okay? And tell me if this doesn't say it all. And I'm going to bring up some more thoughts about what I'm about to tell you. This is a great site, nowtheendbegins.com. But if you look here at the World Economic Forum 2024 and Davos, Emmanuel Macron, or Macaroni as some people that I know that call him that, but Macron is the correct name, I believe it's spelled out, laid out his plan to implement a two-state solution, folks. And there he is, trying to push that on Israel. Now, I'll stop right there. There's been some very, rumors going around that he could be the Antichrist, and I'm not going to get into all that because I'm not going to sit here and guess who the Antichrist is. We're not looking for the Antichrist. We're looking for Jesus Christ, folks. I don't really care who it is. We're not going to be here for that. So why even bother trying to figure it out? But some people think it's him because they hailed him as a savior on magazine covers. They had him showing him walking on water. I don't really care what they do, It ain't for us to worry about. But this man, I think he's an Antichrist wannabe. And if he is, so what if he is? And if he does end up being him, so what? Okay? But look at this. Standing alone on the stage at WEF 2024 in the Klaus Schwab seated by his side. We all know who Carl Schwab is, folks. The one that has that voice like a villain almost. He sounds almost like a villain when he talks. Or like, hey, I will take over. Kind of like voice. I don't know. But we pray for him, folks. I don't know if he's saved or not. Probably not. That's just my opinion. Not saying he is or not. Just opinion. We have a right to our opinion on here, folks. And I'm not disrespecting anybody on here. I'm just giving you my thoughts. Emmanuel Macron laid it out, his vision for Israel and the war. And the world. I cannot talk tonight, folks. While speaking at the annual meeting, the World Economic Forum in Davos, French President Emmanuel Macron made his remarks on the crisis of Gaza, the Red Sea. He made his remarks about Gaza Red Sea conflict between Russia and Ukraine and Gaza Israel-Palestine conflict. He said a two-state solution, political solution, is only a solution which will allow stability and peace for Israel. No, I'll tell you what my thoughts on it. I believe stability and peace for Israel is they rid all the terrorists off their land and free the hostages and complete the job as Netanyahu said he will do. We're to pray for Israel, folks. We are to stand with them. We are to pray for the IDF soldiers. Every night I pray for them. May the hand of God protect Israel, folks. They're going through a lot right now from this. They're still mourning over it. A lot of people died that day, folks, on October 7th. Look at this. This is Joel 3:2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down in the valley of Jehoshaphat. I just read that earlier, but there it is. That's Joel 3:2. On this episode, this is what he talks about. Macron continues to reform our belief that he is the biblical man of sin. So this site actually believes he is the Antichrist. Well, we'll see, folks. Even if he doesn't know it yet, or does he? No, he won't know, because when the rapture takes place, folks, the Antichrist is then, I believe, activated by Satan. Satan will come to him in a form of an angel or a man in business attire. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it'll be something that, let's say Macron's it. It'll be something that he will accept. It'll be pleasing to his eye. He'll probably make it look like a business thing, and he'll accept, and he'll be giving him these powers. He'll probably give it to him, and he probably won't even know he had them. And he'll be activated on the spot, folks. And that will be official. He'll know what he'll have to do. He'll be doing Satan's handiwork. Do his bidding all around the world, folks. What a mess time that's going to be. So, yeah. If you look at that, you just read that, folks. What a time to be alive, folks. So, just look at that for a second. Just kind of read through that just for a second right there. Let me see if there's anything else he put on here. This is really good. Tensions in the Middle East to Pakistan. That was January 18th. Okay, now this is I'm going to pull this one up too while I'm at it. I'm going to pull this one up right now. Just give me 1 second, folks. I'm doing this live. All right. Here we are. Check this one out. Surrender now. This was printed on the 18th, 3 days ago. It said, look how they start out with it. Surrender now. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken tells Israel that they cannot defeat Hamas. How would you like to have them come to your country and say, oh, you can't defeat your enemies? I would tell them, no. We got this. We could do it. Because God is behind Israel, folks. So he tells them they cannot defeat Hamas. Advises them to instead accept a two-state solution. Well, folks, you know the Antichrist is going to do this. The Antichrist's goal is to divide Israel and have Israel and Palestine living side by side in peace. I seen it in the Omega Code movie 1 and 2. It's a movie that came out back in the 2000s, early 2000s, and it has pretty good actors in it. Both movies, Omega Code 1 and Omega Code 2, if you get a chance, you can watch them right now on YouTube. YouTube is allowing everybody to watch them for free. And listen to the Antichrist on there. He talks about the two-state solution. Out of all the wars in the world, this finally, they stopped all the wars. The Antichrist came to power. He gave this peace agreement for 7 years, and written all over it was a two-state solution, folks. Okay? That is what is being currently worked on right now. That's another reason why I believe this might be the final year that the rapture will happen. As I titled this whole broadcast, I believe this is the final year. Okay? I believe this is the last year that we might be here because of all these things are just screaming the word rapture, rapture in our faces. Two-state solution, the war with Israel, the Hamas and Iran now getting involved. We got Pakistan and Iran fighting, which they ain't fighting at this moment, but I believe it'll flare up again. We got China gearing up for war with Taiwan. We got NATO now. NATO is getting ready to pop off a big exercise with over 100,000 troops. It's a war against Russia. All this is going on, folks, this year. Tell me if that doesn't look like it might be the rapture in 24. The Antichrist has got to be coming soon, folks. Okay? I don't think there's any chance we're going to be here another 5 years. The way as fast as this is moving, it is moving too fast for us not to be here another 5 years. It's not. It's moving too fast. No, I will say too, it's moving fast enough because, these are exciting times because the more that's happening, folks, the more sooner we're going to be going home. Now, we're to pray for peace and we're to pray for Israel. But we know that the worse things are getting, the more sooner or the more closer the rapture gets. So let's say we wake up tomorrow morning and another war front just opened up over here. And then next week, another one opens up over here. And wars are starting to really pop off. Then all of a sudden, Hamas starts firing hundreds of rockets at Tel Aviv. And then Israel's being told to lay your weapons down. And then they're forcing this and this. You got all this stuff going on at the same time. When it all starts becoming simultaneously at the same time, folks, I believe the Lord is going to say time's up and the horn is going to blow. And God's going to say enough with a loud booming voice. I don't think we'll hear it, but he'll say it. He said, Israel's had enough. I've had enough. I want to bring my family home to me, which is us, the rapture. And he is definitely getting fed up with this. He's getting really impatient with it. It's time, folks. And that's when I believe he'll call us home and we will be home with the Lord. And then the Antichrist will come out and do his stuff, whatever he wants to do, whatever the Lord allows him to do. This is Satan's final 7-year takeover of the world. He is the final takeover, folks. I believe this is Satan's last attempt to get humanity to bow down to him and follow him. It is his last attempt. Because he knows he has a short time, and he's not holding back any punches. He's not gonna give up until he wins. But at the end, we know how it ends. We're going to come back with Lord in the clouds at the end of the 7 years. The whole skies are going to be broken from darkness to bright lights when we come back. And it's going to be us riding with Jesus. And Jesus, we're going to watch Jesus, the light's going to come out. It's going to blow every enemy off this face of this earth straight into hell. And then we're going to come back on this earth. And then it's going to be calm in the air again. There'll be no more sounds of artillery going off. It's going to be beautiful peace. Birds chirping, the smell of roses, all the carnage will be gone. It's going to be 1,000 years of peace. And it's going to be a great time. And then Satan will be loose for a short while, folks. It actually says he's loose at the end of the 1,000 years. And I don't know what's going to happen during that time, folks. It may be a time like this again. But you and me, all of us, we're going to have our jobs here on this earth. We'll have access to heaven and earth. We'll have full-time jobs. Now, this may sound a little crazy, but I've always wanted to be a superhero. And maybe I'll get that wish one day. Because during the time when Satan's loose for a short while at the end of the millennial, evil stuff will be going on. And demons might be going around, flying around. And I don't know if you've seen the movie. There's a series I'm watching. I watched it. It's called Supergirl. And there's this demons and crap all over the place in modern day. It might be something like that where we have to fight as heroes. to keep these demons away from the people that were saved during the tribulation, that went into the millennial. And because all the millennials will be the ones that will produce the more of the babies that will be produced, there'll be millions of people, probably billions by the end of that 1,000 years. And it'll be our jobs to protect them during that time. So maybe we will be able to be a superhero. And that'd be great. I can't wait till I can punch a demon out in the face and say, Lord, for all the stuff you done, this is for me to you. You give him a good whack and he's down. But that's crazy. I know it sounds local, but it's in the Bible. It says he's loosed. What's going to go on? I don't know. So, let's see who's all in here. All right, James, you're going to bed. Good night, buddy. Anna Maples, I am so happy to have a Holy Spirit in me. Yes. Yes, indeed. You're right about that. That's what creates that change, folks. So if you haven't, just smash the like button if you just come into this chat, to this broadcast. And if you're really well versed in prophecy, folks, and if you know what you're talking about, I want to start having where I have a one-on-one interview guest speakers on my show, and where one side of the screen is me talking while the other person on the other side is talking. You know, if you got a YouTube channel and you're doing what I'm doing and you've been doing this for a while, you know what you're talking about, you know, hit me up on here. Just write me, go to my YouTube channel, click on where it says about, and scroll down to where it says business inquiries. Click on the email address. It'll say merge pictures. Click on and get in touch with me and send me your YouTube channel. I'll check it out. And, you know, maybe I'll have you on my show where you become a guest speaker. You're a guest speaker invited, and we'll talk more on that. And I can ask you questions. You give us your thoughts. It'll be live on here on StreamYard, the way they did with me on Uptime Community Church in Time Dreams and Visions. So yeah, but so they had more people in the rooms. I'm just going to do the one-on-one thing, and I'm already talking to a couple people now to see if they want to come on my show. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to be doing two guest speakers per week. That's how I'm going to do it. Okay, so I am currently setting that up right now. So I also had a thing where I took callers on my show. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I probably just stick to the video, one-on-one video where we do the guest speaker. But anyways, Tiffany, hey, what's up? So when this chat room really gets full of people and if any trolls start coming to this chat room and things start getting ugly, I'm probably going to have a moderator in this chat room. So I'm just keeping that in mind. I've seen it where the chat rooms, you get people that come in there and troll the other chatters. So anyways, that's just something a thought that I'm doing here. But okay, but there it is. Anthony Blinken, he says this is what he wants. He wants to surrender now. He wants them to surrender. Surrender now. Two-state solution. That's what he wants. Okay, and yeah, it's not going to work. I mean, I think the only person that will be able to pull something like that off is the Antichrist. I truly believe that, folks. That the Antichrist will be the only one that's going to do that. Okay?
What's going on?
Now, I just seen this just now, and this person's got a video out saying unusual radio signal broadcasting worldwide. Okay. I want to know where he was able to get this information from. So, I mean, I could pull it up on here. I'm going to have him on my show. I really want to interview NY Prepper. But, you know, this this is what he's saying right now. I'm gonna just play a little bit. When you get a chance, go to his channel and subscribe to him. He's very well versed in all keeping up the wars. He's got a very high knowledge base of a lot of technicalities when it comes to wars. Prepping, he's a great person. He's a person and brother in Christ. NY Prepper, I hope if you come to this channel, I want you on my show. I want to interview you. But I'm just I want you to hear this. I'm not gonna play I'm gonna play just the audio part of it. This was uploaded today. Here we go.
Hi guys, it's Greg here, aka NY Prepper. It is Sunday, January 21st, 2024, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now it is 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have this unusual radio transmission going on around the world right now on multiple frequencies. And this strange radio signal appears to be affecting the HF frequencies, the high frequencies, starting at 5,800 kilohertz and going up from there at 1,200 kilohertz intervals. So I want to play this video for you that was filmed by a shortwave radio enthusiast, and he goes through all the different frequencies, and you can hear this weird ticking noise. You have to listen closely. It almost sounds like a clock ticking or a metronome. If any of you guys play an instrument, you have the metronome.
Okay, I'm gonna let you all watch that video yourself, but if you go to NY Prepper's channel, go check it out. But you know, I'm looking on here to see if there's anything on this. I'm doing a search as we speak. I don't see anything about it. I don't know how he got it or where he got it at. But there's nothing on that unless he got it from, I don't know what news source he got that from, but I would ask him about it and try to find it and see what it is. But a good find there for that person. All right, hold on, folks, here. Give me 1 second, folks. Oh, here we go.
This is...
All right. According to what I'm hearing here, NATO Admiral tells truth about stockpiling food and preparing for all-out nuclear war, folks. Now, I'm going to find the video to this right now, folks, because according to some YouTubers out there, they think that he knows something that we don't, okay? And, all right? And I got to find out what his name is. Okay, hold on. Actually... we go down a little bit. I think it shows what his name is. Okay, it doesn't show. Where in the world? Okay, hold on, folks. See, I didn't really fully prepare for this show here. Hold on, folks. I apologize. Maybe this is it right here. All right, here we go. This here is the video. This is a very alarming news clip that I want you all to see, okay? And I'm going to play this because this guy probably knows a lot more than we want to know or what they don't want us to know. You could tell in his voice what he's saying or what he might be hiding. This is just an opinion. I'm not saying it's 100% true fact. It's just what other YouTubers are thinking, possibly what I'm thinking. But let me gather this up for you, folks. You have to see this to believe it. All right, here it is.
You don't need to pay a single penny for a useless doorbell camera subscription. Starting now.
Okay, let me just set this here. Listen to this, folks. NATO, this is one of the NATO spokesman. I don't know what did he say he was again? Admiral, I think. He's a high upper. Oh, he is a high up in the NATO chain of command, I believe. NATO, right here, look at the video, folks. This was 2 days ago. NATO warns of all-out war with Russia in the next 20 years. It's not a given what we are in peace. Folks, there is no way we're going to be 20 years from now going to war. This looks like it's going on now. But let's just hear him out real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Military Committee Chiefs of Defense session has just drawn to a close. We will start off this press conference with an opening statement.
We today announced the kickoff of exercise.
Just drawn to a close. We will start off this press conference with an opening statement.
We today announced the kickoff of exercise Steadfast Defender 2024, which commences next week and runs through May. Steadfast Defender 24 will be the largest NATO exercise in decades, with participation from approximately 90,000 forces from all 31 allies, plus our good partner, Sweden. The alliance will demonstrate its ability to reinforce the Euro-Atlantic area via transatlantic movement of forces from North America. This reinforcement will occur during a simulated emerging conflict scenario against a near-peer adversary. Steadfast Defender 24 will be a clear demonstration of our unity, our strength, and our determination to protect each other, to protect, of course, our values and the rules-based international order.
Industrial base that is able to produce weapons and ammunition fast enough. Sorry, the big difference with a year ago, I would say, Terry, is that there's a lot of things that have happened in the armed forces and in the defense organizations. What hasn't happened is in our societies the understanding that it is more than the military that has to be able to operate in a conflict or in a war. It is the whole of society that will get involved, whether we like it or not. That realization, we didn't talk about that much a year ago. If you look back to last year, what has happened in our alliance with regard to the battle groups that we set up, if you look back to the training, the fact that we now have Steadfast Defender with 90,000 troops, that is a record number. That is a record number of troops that we can bring to bear and have an exercise with in that size. Across the alliance, across the ocean, from the US to Europe, in Europe. That is a big change.
AFP and then at the back.
Thanks a lot. I guess for Admiral Bauer or for General Cavoli.
People find it a surprise and as a result buy a radio on batteries. That is great. It is part of the package that the Swedish government is talking about. You need to have water, you need to have a radio on batteries, and you need to have a flashlight on batteries to make sure that you can survive the first 36 hours. Things like that. That's simple things. But it starts there. The realization that not everything is plannable, not everything is going.
You know, folks, why would he be going through all this to tell us now if it's not going to happen for another 20 years? 20 years ago, he wasn't up there warning us. Well, of course, he wasn't in that position 20 years ago, but 20 years ago, we weren't hearing this kind of talk, folks. Why now? Why now, folks? Because they know something we don't. They know it's a lot sooner than 20 years.
Going to be honky-dory in the next 20 years. I'm not saying it is going wrong tomorrow, but we have to realize it's not a given that we are in peace. And that's why we have the plans.
Thank you all very much. That's all we have.
Yeah, you know, this is their way of warning us, folks. But they set the 20-year precedent in our minds so we won't have to worry. Oh, well, it's not going to happen for another 20 years. Well, you tell them that, they won't think about it. But really, behind their closed doors, oh, this could all happen this year, folks, or maybe next year, the latest. And that's what they're really probably telling them. So you better get out there and warn them anyways. Just warn them anyways. Just tell them 20 years. Yeah, just do that so we don't have to worry about it, right? Good job, buddy. Good job. Everybody, let's applaud him for that. Next video here, folks. Next video coming up.
Nothing like a little confidence boost to help ease you back into the dating scene. That also includes having a smile.
Okay, this here, 90,000 troops, NATO's biggest war exercise since the Cold War. Folks, if it wasn't happening for another 20 years, why would they need to be doing all this now? You gotta ask yourself this question, okay? Why in the world do they need to do this now? If you knew war was coming, let's say in the next 6 months, you would be pushing this stuff now. They'd be warning to get water, food ready, like they do what we just saw there with that video with the general, or the guy that was just talking, telling us 20 years. And you would have your troops doing exercises on that kind of a scale if it was happening within the next 6 to 12 months. Do you see, folks? They don't want to tell us any truth really the day, because they don't want to incite a panic. Because if they said what was really going to go down in 6 to 12 months, the next day they would cause a panic. People would go to the store and start panic buying tomorrow. It'll be all over the major news networks saying, all of a sudden after what they just said, now everybody's heading to the store right now getting food and water. Literally, the shelves would disappear in 48 hours if they brought that out into the public. So they're being told, well, let's just tell them 20 years, 5 years. But it's quite obvious, folks, when you're seeing stuff like this going on, you know, NATO's big military move, the Russia threat looms. That doesn't sound like 20 years, folks. Okay? Let's watch this video some. So you saw that, folks. That's a lot of war preparations for what, for 20 years from now? I don't think so, folks. They all know something we don't. Come on, guys. You don't think we don't see that? We don't think we see all these preparations going on? Come on, guys. The president's going to have to get on there sooner or later, because he's going to have everybody protesting, saying, look, we demand to know what is going on. Why are we seeing troop movements in our own backyards now? In other words, we're seeing troop movements downtown. When you start seeing military personnel, vehicles, and stuff moving around in your town and all 50 states, there is something going down. It ain't for no 20 years from now, folks. We are on borrowed time, folks. We are on borrowed time. Okay? This is not funny anymore. This is not funny. People think that, oh, we got plenty of time. We don't have nothing to worry about. No, that's not true at all, folks. We are on borrowed time. God is being patient.
I've never felt a love so fine. I've never felt a love so fine. I've never felt a love so fine. I've never felt a love so fine.
I don't know what's
Drinking warm water before bed balances blood sugar levels overnight. Thousands of people are apparently regaining control of their blood sugar every night as they sleep.
Okay, folks, I don't know why that hasn't stopped playing. You ever had when you close your browser and then the music and something still plays in the background? Okay, I think I know what happened. I just closed that out. Okay, let me close that out. I'm going to go to this article here that talks about this. And folks, that is just another reason why I believe that I feel that this is the last year we've got left before the rapture happens. Like I said, NATO generals going up there saying preparations, food and water. Then you got this big 90 to 100,000 NATO preparation, which I'm about to show you right now, going on. The two-state solution. This is why I believe it's still the final. I think it might be the final year that we got left before we go home. Like I said, these are more reasons to believe that this is coming, folks. Okay? Let me go back here. What do you think of that picture right there, Tiffany, if you're still seeing? That explains this show, folks. That we are all there waiting, and then finally Jesus comes out of the clouds. It takes us from this world of wars. As you can see, we're all down there eagerly been waiting while we watch this stuff go on. Anyways, let me go to this here, and I'm going to show you this, folks. AP, oh, they're making me sign up for this, aren't they? Decline, oh good. NATO holds the biggest exercise in decades. Do you know how long a decade is, folks? It's 10 years. They're saying 20 years we may have to worry about a world war. Well, look at this. NATO holds the biggest exercise in decades next week, involving 90,000 personnel. Oh, look who it is. It just so happens to be the guy in the middle there that we just listened to. About warning about getting water and food. See the connection there, folks? Brussels AP, NATO will launch the biggest military exercise in decades next week. Will around 90,000 folks. What's the rush? Why the rush doing all this? What do you know something, folks? Let me continue reading. Personnel set to take part in months of drills aimed to showing the alliance that it can defend all of its territory up to the border with Russia. Top officers said on Thursday. The exercises come as Russia war on Ukraine bogs down. NATO, see, let me stop right there, folks. Do you know what I think? That now that the Ukraine war is bogging down, it's piping down as it's almost over. That means now Russia will have its hands free, and all their militaries will finally be out of Ukraine, and they'll be able to continue now. Now they'll be able to fight and be able to put all their energy towards fighting NATO, as some put it. NATO is an organization that's not directly involved in the conflict except to supply Kyiv with non-lethal support, although many member countries send weapons, ammunition individually or in groups, providing military training. You see that. You saw that right there, folks. That is what's going on. Okay. Folks, I'm going to leave you with this thought tonight before I wrap up. That there is no way we're going to be waiting 20 years for all this war with NATO and Russia and all that. If they're gearing up right now to do this, okay? If they're doing all this now, folks, what do they know that we don't know, okay? There's something that they're not telling us. There has to be. Okay? If they know something that if the war is coming in the next 6 to 12 months, if they know the Ukraine, they have if they have inside intelligence about when the war is going to end in Ukraine, maybe the Russian president told some people, said, look, this is it, we're done by this date, we're going to pull our troops out, we're going to put all our focus on NATO. Maybe that's what Putin's going to do. Maybe that's what he's going to do. And then maybe somebody heard that and said, well, we better be ready, NATO. And maybe that's what prompted this 90,000 personnel decade. In a decade, they've done this. Right here, that news article I just showed you. Maybe that's what prompted all this, folks. Okay? What in the world are they up to? What in the all of a sudden, this NATO, 5 years ago, or even 3 years ago, none of this was going on, folks. NATO wasn't even in the picture in the news. I never even heard anything in the NATO in the news, folks. Never. Until this year, till 2023, latter half of 23 to 24, now we're seeing this. So something is up, folks, okay? Something is up. And they're not telling us. When they got their top general leaders from NATO saying, prepare, get food and water ready, we never heard that kind of talk years ago. We never heard that kind of talk. We never seen news articles like this, folks. These are the kind of things you would see before a thermonuclear war breaks out. That's what we are seeing this. That is why we're seeing this, folks, because of this. Okay? That's another reason why I feel this might be the last year before we're going home, folks. It's just my personal feeling based on what I'm seeing in front of me. Okay, folks? You can't make this up. It's happening right before our very eyes. Let me ask you something, folks. What are your thoughts? And type it in the chat room or leave it in the comments. Do you think this year that nuclear war can pop off and end result, it'll end with the Antichrist appearance? And of course, the rapture must take place before the Antichrist comes. What are your thoughts, people? Do you think it's going to happen this year? Now, I'm looking at the comments right now. And I appreciate y'all's input here, folks. Watchwoman 726. Most CEOs and social media companies have sold most of their stocks and share. Yes, that is true. There's a lot going on, folks. I don't know what, I mean, I don't know how else to tell you folks. Anyways, folks, I like I said, people, if you got a channel on here, a YouTube channel, and you talk about Bible prophecy, you know your stuff, you know what you're talking about and everything. If you want to be on this show, let me know, okay? Leave me a comment on this video right here, okay? I'll check your channel out, and then I'll let you know what I think, and then I'm gonna go ahead and we'll proceed. It's called StreamYard, where one person goes on one cam, I'm on my cam, and I will ask you questions. You tell me your thoughts, and it'll be a live broadcast. It'll actually be on this show like we're having now. I'm going to start doing 2 people per week on here. So if you feel like you're that person, let me know. Okay? Getting people out there that are really got their name out there, I don't want to hit those people yet until I feel like I'll start off with a little bit of the smaller people like me, and then work my way up to the more people that are really got their name out there, like NY Prepper, just people that really have been around on this thing for a long time. And start off small, Don't dive in right away, folks. I know, but I'm like I said, I see some people on here what they're saying, and let me know, folks. And also my email address. If you want to contact me by email, go to my YouTube channel, click on where it says About, go down and it says where it says Business Inquiry, click the email to reveal the email. It'll say mergepictures@gmail.com. Click there and get in touch with me as well if you want to be on this show. Okay? So let me know that. So let me see if anybody's talked about anything here about their thoughts on this year being possible year for the rapture. And Lori, yes, 2024, yes, I agree with you. 99%, yes, 100% Watchwoman. I believe it will happen this year. That's the spirit, guys. And listen, if it doesn't happen this year, folks, do not get like, oh, it didn't happen, I'm never following prophecy again. No, folks, don't ever give up in your hopes. God always keeps his promises. He's going to come sooner or later. Okay? Remember this, if it doesn't come this year, folks, imagine how bad next year is going to be. Every year seems to be getting worse. 1 year closer to the rapture. Folks, if World War III almost started this year and it didn't, think about next year, how much worse things will be. Russia will be done with Ukraine by that time. They'll have their hands not tied up anymore. They'll be free to fight on any country or any NATO or whoever. You could bet it, folks. If it doesn't happen this year, almost for certain it could happen in 25. Because everything will be worse and the wars will be going rampant by that time. We'll see. I don't want to sound like a doomsday prophet on here. I'm not on here trying to scare fear into people, okay? I'm not causing harm, okay? I'm not on here trying to say bad things about countries. I'm keeping within the guidelines of YouTube terms, okay? So if you see this, I'm not disrespecting the terms of service of YouTube, okay? Just so you know, I respect YouTube's terms of service. So, be careful what you say on here, folks. If you start a channel, there's some words you do not want to say on here that could offend people, and YouTube could give you a strike for it. So let's respect YouTube's terms. They're being nice enough to let us voice our opinion on their platform. At least show the same respect back to them. And no copyrighted stuff. Don't put stuff on here and claim it's yours when it's not. You'll get a strike for that. If you put something on here that's not yours, make sure you give them credit. Okay? Tell that person that, hey, I'm putting your stuff on my channel. I'm going to send people to your channel. Give them credit. Let's be nice, folks. I don't have a working computer, just my phone to broadcast. You can use your phone. I think StreamYard does allow you to use your phone for StreamYard. Let me see if the StreamYard has an app for phones. Yeah, you can use. It says how to stream. It says how to live stream from your mobile device on StreamYard. Well, here you go. You could do it from your phone, Watchwoman. Watchwoman, yeah, you could do it from your phone. Just go to StreamYard, and it'll tell you how to do it. It's real simple. So, yeah. But if whoever, like I said, you can stream on StreamYard from your cell phone, folks, if you don't have a working computer or camera. Just so you know that. All right. But get in touch with me. Let me know. Let me know. I want to interview people on here because it'll be a whole new thing in addition to this whole show. Yes, 3 Days of Darkness. I want to get in. I want to find out more about that. You know what? I mean, do some research on it and tell us more about it on the show here if you decide to come on here with us. And, yes, indeed. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that, Tiffany. I want to try something I haven't tried before, is be able to interview people on my show. That's more better than just having some call coming in. Okay, it would be better to do it because that's how most news organizations do it. That's how most of the YouTube sites that are doing it now, they do the live one-on-one interview with a person. So that's how I want to do it. I've never done it before. It's done all that. So I'm going to try it. No, you do not have to have an app on your phone. I don't think so. Here, hold on. I don't know if this chat will let me put links on here. I don't know if this will let me put links on here. Maybe it will. Go ahead and click on that right there if you're trying to do this from your phone. I think Watchwoman, click that link. Will it let you do it or not? I don't know. Just cut and paste it or click it. In fact, hold on a second. All right, give me 1 second, folks. Here, Watchwoman. I'm gonna go to one of your videos. Okay, I'm just gonna leave you the link on one of your videos here. The latest one she has, the gospel summary, which came out 5 months ago. I'm gonna leave a comment right now, and you just go to that video, okay? Let me see if you get it. Let me know if you get it, all right? I just left it to you on your channel, Watchwoman 726. I left a comment on the gospel summary, which you uploaded 5 months ago. Go check the links on there, and you'll see it. It's from Departure Heaven. Go to that and see if it'll work. I don't think you need an app on your phone to do it. You just click a link. I send you a link, and then it's an invite link, and then that's all you need to do. But anyways, any questions anybody has for me? Here we go. Tiffany, what's your thoughts on the 3 Days of Darkness? The 3 Days of Darkness is something that's... Someone told me that was linked to that will happen at the end of the 7 years. Okay, where does the 3 Days of Darkness comes from? Is this a terrifying prophecy? this is from a Catholic site, and I just typed this in. There is a concept known as 3 days of darkness. Let me put this on the screen, folks, for all you to read that. Okay, guys, let me just read this real quick. I think the sun and the moon is darkened at the end of the 7 years, like when the last seals are broken. Oh, my eye itches. And that's what they said, the sun and the moon is darkened, and it might last for 3 days. I have to dig some more info up on that. I haven't been studying the 3 days of darkness. And then some people's perception on that is that it's something that can happen now before the rapture happens, because the planet Nibiru or something, planet X, is supposed to hide the sun for 3 days. And then some people have said that the rapture will take place. I've heard different takes on it. I don't want to say something that ain't true or it's just a rumor. I don't know. I have to gather up stuff on that. Tiffany, I'm sorry if I don't have a straight answer on that. Yeah, well, we'll see. Yeah, the plagues of Egypt, I think I've heard about that. Wow. Okay, guys, let me see what I'm doing here. Hold on a second. Guys, any more questions before I head off air here? Yeah. So I don't think something like that. I mean, if something like that happens, it may happen during the tribulation. But if it already happened, it's already in Egypt. Guys, if you don't have any more questions, I'm going to give you another minute for people to ask me something here. Then I'm going to give you my final thoughts, and I'm going to sign off. So, yeesh, my eye's itching bad. It's a little red. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, man, it hurts. You ever get an itch in your eye and it won't go away and it starts burning? Gosh. I'm glad this happened at near the end of the show, not like at the beginning. Yeah, you know, Damascus is becoming okay, guys. The news is talking about now Damascus is starting to get involved in the news again. Syria is in the news almost every day now. Hold on one second, folks. Oops, wrong. Hold on. Okay, I'm looking at Al Jazeera website. U.S. base attacked in Iraq hours after Iran vows revenge in Damascus attack. American soldiers are reportedly wounded in attacks allegedly by Iran-linked groups. Fears of a wide regional conflict. Imagine that, folks, inside Syria. But folks, we're seeing this right here go on. You know, that's leaving that wide open, folks, for Syria to be inflamed in this war. And it's going to involve Israel somehow or another, a way or another. And then when Israel feels threatened, if they all come down through Syria to fight Israel, I believe Israel will panic. They may use the option of a nuclear small tactical nuke. If that happens, folks, and they drop it on that area, it will take out Damascus with everything else around it. That we wake up and we learn on the news that there was an atomic bomb went off in Syria today. Let's say that's the news saying it happened today, which it didn't. It's just saying, what if it did? Everybody's going to be like this in their Bible, say, well, isn't that Isaiah 17? And when all the dust settles after 24 hours, they're going to say, well, look at Damascus. There's no buildings standing anywhere. Then we can say it's safe to say that happened. Now, the timing of that, whether that's going to happen before or after the rapture, I don't know, folks. Like I said, the Lord has given us the signs to work with, but there's no one event that's supposed to trigger the rapture. It's a signless event, okay? Let's see if anybody else is, like, doing any stuff here. I'm reading the comments, guys. Hold on. Yeah. Watchwoman, you're on fire tonight, man. You got a lot of knowledge base. Get in touch with me if you want to be on my show. So, and we'll do the StreamYard interview. Everybody will see you and they'll hear what you got to say. Let me know, all right? Leave me a comment on my on this video here, on my comments box below. Not in the chat, but on the comments, so I can go and read it. And we'll set it up. Anybody else, let me know too as well. And or you can touch me via email. Either way, you guys, how you want to do that, let me know. Anyways, I know there's a lot of people on here that are just watching me like ramble on. It's at the end of the show, guys. That's why I'm just sitting here kind of rambling. I'm just seeing what people want, what they want me to talk about real quick, like question answer, and then I'm gonna wrap up. Exodus 2:10-23. Okay, I agree with Watchwoman. Crazy days ahead. Yes, there is. Old Testament. Man, Tiffany, I wish you could be on our show one time, like interview you. But Tiffany's shy, I get it, man. But, gosh, I'd like to get some of these other people on there, like NY Prepper, I'd like to get him on there. I'd like to interview, Watchwoman 65. I don't know if you all heard of her. I'd like to get her on here, interview her. And I'd like to get, these are guest speakers that I want to invite onto my show. And, also, Chad, I'd like to get him on my show. And, of course, Greg from Uptime, I'd like to get him on my show. End Time Dreams of Vision, Bob Barber, I'd like to get him on here. Really want to get him on here, interview him as a guest speaker. I mean, there's a lot of people that I want to get to. But I feel kind of like I'm going to start off with the people that are, like, not as, like, they're not as out there. In other words, they don't have their channels, they're not like, I don't know how to say it without offending anybody, but they're not like got their name out there as much, okay? Like, I'll say it for myself. I don't got my name out there. I mean, I don't have a lot of subscribers. I don't got my name out there. I'm still kind of low on the really low down at the bottom still. That's just me for me. Now, a lot of these other people out there that got 100,000 subscribers or more, they got their name out there, okay? Well, I'm not going to reach out to them right away. I want to start at the people that are got a low subscriber count and give them a chance to get their name out there more. We both help each other out, to say, look, hey, we can, you can check my channel out. Say, mention my channel on your channel. I'll mention your channel on mine. We'll talk about Bible prophecy, etc. I mean, that's how you get your channel to grow, is by, mentioning it to other people, promoting your channel. Your bottom line, the reason for that is you want to promote yourself, get yourself out there so you can reach people that are not saved That's the bottom line. That is the reason for that. Is you want to get people saved. Our duty is to save people that are not saved. Okay? I want to be basically, I don't want to be sitting here with a dead channel that's not getting any subscribers, no views, because then who's going to hear me? Nobody's going to hear me. It's like I might as well tape my mouth up with duct tape. Okay? The only way I'm going to get heard is to get my name out there more. Okay? And by you guys subscribing and sharing my videos and liking, it gets me, it helps the channel grow. It helps me get my name out there. But most of all, it helps me get the truth out to the people that have not heard it yet. The unsaved, that's what we're trying to reach, the lost, folks. To get people saved that haven't heard it yet. And the only way that's going to happen is you got to, well, Rick's got to be seen somehow. Now, since this channel's now beginning to grow, I am getting more people to hear what I have to say. And then you go, Then they say, well, what is Rick talking about? And he goes, well, I didn't know this until I heard Rick's channel. Now, a week later, I gave my life to Christ. It's because they heard the word for the first time. Or I said something to them that sparked their interest. Okay? So it's not about becoming famous. It's not about this and that. It's about trying to reach the lost. And then the only way you could do that is to get your name out there. Is to have a channel that's growing. So, I'm helping you out, get your channel to grow so you can do your part for the Lord and reach the lost. You're helping me out by helping me do my part and help me reach the lost. It's all about reaching the lost. Okay? And what Greg and them did for me on Uptime, it helped me get my name out there more. And it got me to help, and they're helping me reach the lost. And I enjoy being on their channel. I enjoy, trying to reach the lost. All together we were trying to do that. So, folks, yeah. Well, thanks for sharing, Rick. Yeah, I'm trying to be honest on here with my viewers. Don't lie to your viewers, people. If you just start a channel, please don't lie to your viewers. Glad I found you on Uptime last Tuesday night. Michael, thank you. Yeah, okay, well, Watchwoman, leave me a comment. Just here, I'm going to put my email address on here. Just get in touch with me with my email, all right? This is for you, whoever. All right? So, mergpictores@gmail.com. Watchwoman726, if you see the email address, I just posted it on this chat right here. Get in touch with me there and we'll set it up. That's where I'll send you the link to StreamYard. And when my show goes live, we'll give you instructions. You just click that link and that's how you join in. And we'll set it up, all right? And I give you some time to prepare or whatever. So just get in touch with me that way, folks. It's right there. I just posted my email address. But yeah, I had this thing called a group chat on Facebook, and it was me, Tiffany, and a bunch of other people. And but some people on there were just like, I think there was one guy that was like, this like lollygag, and like he wasn't even talking about Bible prophecy. He kept talking about sports and stuff, and that's why I kind of like don't like doing the group chat thing that much. Because sometimes when it comes to that, unless everybody's really, really devoted to Bible prophecy, that's the only way that'll work. That's why I'd rather just do the one-on-one thing like most YouTube channels do. So, yeah, it's all in there. Just go to that address, folks. I'm reading the comments, folks, or I'm reading all these chats things here, folks. That's why I'm not talking as much. All right, guys, hold on a second here. Give me 1 second, guys. MERGPICTORES@gmail. Okay, there it is. I sent it to you there at the... All right, guys. It seemed like not many people got questions. I'm going to wrap this up, folks. Okay? All right, guys. Basically, we need to pray for Israel. We need to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. We need to pray for the IDF soldiers. May the hand of God protect Israel, folks, in these trying times. Right now, folks, I can't stress it enough. The way this world is, it is in one big hot mess right now, folks. And it's because of all the sin in the world that people are not following Jesus Christ. That if you don't believe, okay, that's what's going to happen. You know, I remember before I got saved how I was. And when I got saved, I felt a change of heart. It's amazing because you know that's what the Holy Spirit is real. You know how that Jesus is real because it changes a person. And I've heard people try other religions out there, and I'm not going to name them, and it doesn't seem like it worked for them. But when they all go to Jesus, miraculously they change. And it's because that's how you know the validity that the Holy Spirit is real and Jesus Christ is real. That's just proof. It's supernatural proof. I got a friend that he was in a gang. He's got tattoos all over. He was playing that game called the knockout game where you go around knocking people out for fun. This guy was robbing people. He was one step for 20 years in prison almost. He came to Christ in a nick of time. Now he's a pastor at a church. And this was like a couple years after he changed over to Christ. That's how you know that it's real, folks. That the validity of the Holy Spirit is real. That is how you know it's all real, folks. You want to tell somebody how, you want to prove to somebody how real the Holy Spirit is and how real Christ is? Show them the testimonial videos. There's lots of testimonial videos on YouTube showing people that have gone from this to this, where they have gone from their ruggedy lifestyle to a lifestyle of obedience to God. All for just praying that one prayer to Jesus Christ. So folks, that brings me to this. Have you received the blood of Christ today? Have you accepted his pardon on the cross? Okay? Do you want to change? Do you want to change in your life for the better? Or do you want to still live in the life that you're still living in? And then suddenly it'll be too late. Either because you passed away in death somehow and departed this earth, and it'll be too late because that's not where you want to be right now. Okay? Or suddenly the rapture comes and millions of people around you disappear and you're like, I'm left, how come I didn't go with them? And it'll be too late. Of course, during the 7 years, you will have a second chance. It'll be a lot harder to get saved. Folks, don't put it off another day. Give your life to Jesus Christ right now. And say, Jesus Christ, I believe that you died for my sins. I trust in your shed blood to wash away my sins. I believe you rose again on the third day. Save me now, Jesus. Come into my heart. Be the Lord of my life, folks. And he will save you right now, folks. If you truly mean it with all your heart. Like I'm standing here before you. He will save you and give you the Holy Spirit. It will indwell within you. And you will have a change of heart. Your sins, you will feel differently about them. I promise you that. I promise you won't quit smoking and drinking in one hour. But it'll help you on your journey with your life of changing. I promise you that. It'll give you the strength you need to overcome your sinful life. And that's the walk. You will then begin your first steps and walk with the Lord Jesus Christ. You'll then become a shiny beacon for God. You'll be the beautiful light that will shine from you. And you'll be rapture ready, folks. You'll be ready for death if it ever comes upon you. If you get in a car accident, a heart attack, whatever. You'll be ready. When your feet will leave the ground when the rapture comes, or you'll be ready. You'll be ready when you die. If you die, God forbid, which, I hope I pray nothing happens to anybody, but if you do, you got the assurance of the afterlife. You'll spend your next breath in eternity. Which is it going to be for you, folks? Heaven or hell? Okay? I don't want to see you go there. I want to see you in heaven. I want to see you in the clouds when we go up in the rapture. Now is not a time to be messing around, especially how close we are to going home. Folks, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, folks, please do so now. Okay? It only takes a second of your time. It's free to just subscribe on this channel. Okay? It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to YouTube on this channel. In other words, to subscribe to my channel. Okay? Hitting the like button helps this video get out there more to the unsaved people. We wanted to help me deliver the good news, folks. Okay? And share this video out everywhere. Comment, subscribe, and like. Very simple to do. Okay, guys? What is it saying, Watchwoman? It only gives me 2 options to report or block. Yeah, just write it down, Watchwoman, and then send an email to me to say it's you, and then I'll set you up on the interview. All right, and then she'll be our first. If that goes through, she'll be our first person we had on here. You'll have the honors, Watchwoman. Think about that. Yeah, just do that, and then I'll go from there. I'll send you the link to my StreamYard, link to my next for the broadcast. I'll give you some time to prepare. Just let me know how long you need, and then we'll set it up. And then, like I said, people, I want to make this channel better and better each time. I want to make it where it'll be even more experience, a learning curve experience to come to this channel. Okay? Tiffany, thank you for Tiffany. Tell everybody you've been listening to my show for years, man. It used to be under a different name, but then now it's this channel now. And I deleted my old channel because I thought there was something wrong with it. I thought it was shadow banned or something. Just something was wrong with it. So I took it down. It was it was completely frozen. I don't know, they did something to the channel. Yes, indeed, Michael. Anybody that just said that they just became a subscriber, I thank you very much for doing that. That said, folks, I'm going to sign off, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me tonight on this wonderful Sunday night broadcast. I just changed my name here. All right, Watchwoman, you know what to do. Everybody else, I'm gonna go ahead and log off. I've been on this thing for 2 hours and 9 minutes. Actually, longer than that. Let me see what it says on my streaming software. Says I've been on for 2 hours and 10 minutes, 25 seconds, and counting. All right, guys. All right, Tiffany, love you all, folks. Have a good night. Good show tonight, guys. Good show. Yes. All right, thank you for your input tonight, guys. I'm going to go ahead and go. All right, guys, have a good night. Talk to you later. See ya. Eyes to the sky. The rapture's coming. All right, here I go. I'm clicking the end stream. I'm clicking the end stream button right now. Have a good night, guys. Love you.